Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Ulysse Nardin Marine Diver. You can see this automatic winding luxury dive watch and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full listing for this marine diver, along with accessories included, more high resolution images, and naturally full pricing details. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see that this is a big and hefty watch. The impression of mass is very substantial. I recently was asked a question in light of my What's It Weigh watch mass series that I feature on the channel. What watch gives you the most mass, the most precious metal at the best economic, shall we say, balance? And Ulysse Nardin is right at the top of the class. Their cases, their bracelets, their bezels are massive. Note that there is no ceramic or anodized insert or even rubber on this bezel. It's entirely gold. The case is deep. In precious metal, you can see the bezel, just how massive it is from this angle. In precious metal, the case with its depth and enormous lugs really does have heft on the wrist that impresses, and it's an impression that stays with you long after you've taken the watch off. It's one that comes easily to mind when you think of substance for the dollar. Now the other thing is that the watch is reasonably sized. 43 millimeters across the round of the case, not including the crown guard or the crown. It's wearable on a smaller wrist, and I am living proof of that. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference. You can see how far inboard of the edge of my wrist those lugs actually are. So it's quite narrow across the wrist in spite of its modern 43 millimeter case. In terms of thickness, very manageable. 14 millimeters. You can see the slope of the bezel there. So you really will be able to fit this one underneath a dress cuff or a tight sleeve, no problem. Now the watch does have a very cool ergonomic trick to it. And this is something that Ulysse Nardin does that very few others have done, and it's the combination of bracelet and strap in a single unit. Now you'll note that the strap itself is rigidly anchored to the case flank, so you don't bend it down there. Now that creates an effective extremity to extremity, not lug to lug, but extremity to extremity, that takes the 46 millimeter lug to lug measurement and swells it out to 59 millimeters. I know you're thinking, Tim, that's not going to fit on my wrist, and I've got a normal sized wrist. 60 millimeters across is almost insane, unless you include the ingenious articulated strap system that Ulysse Nardin has pioneered. Now you see there are solid gold links built in that allow the strap to then pull straight down around the wrist. They have an extra element of contouring, and because they are semi-rigid, they ensure the security of the watch on the wrist. It's not going to flop around. It also gives you an extra splash of color and a unique styling element shared with no other brand. The strap itself, as soon as it moves away from the double knuckle, is very pliant. You can see how soft it is on the underside of the wrist, and it's matched with a very substantial and beautifully finished satin brushed titanium and satin brushed rose gold clasp. Now, you're looking at a dive watch and you're wondering, where is the dive extension? This is how it works. Ulysse Nardin has a double fold deployant, twin trigger released, so it only pops open when you want it to. And here's the key then. You unfold one side of the bracelet and then you close the other. Now, because they have to close sequentially, this side can't close by accident, and this side, because it's twin trigger actuated, can't pop open by accident. I give you your dive extension. It's also incredibly secure, beautifully built, and because of the large amount of precious metal in the clasp, it provides a nice top-to-bottom counterbalance to the weight of the case, such that the watch doesn't want to porpoise or hula hoop or capsize on your wrist. You'll note the case, beautifully finished, all in high-polished gold. It has a vintage-style builder's plate like the 19th century to mid-20th century Ulysse Nardin marine chronometers that were used for deck navigation aboard ship. Now, you take that essential aesthetic that Ulysse Nardin revived in 1996 as a wristwatch with the first of the modern marine chronometers. You add the diving bezel that arrived in approximately late 2003, the first of the marine divers, and then you give the watch a modern 43 millimeter case, so we're right up to speed. And this watch, featuring all of those heritage elements plus the diving features, enriches the package with a potent combination of the warmth of rose gold with the visual punch of a, as you can see, dimpled black gloss dial, extremely attractive in person. This has incredible presence, incredible gravitas. And I'll also note that the use of the golden print on the dial recalls some of the great Gilt dialed dive references of the mid-20th century. Abundantly legible in low or no light. You can see the indices are huge, as are the loomed plots of the skeletonized hands. You do see the layout of the old marine chronometers. Power reserve scale at 12, small seconds at 6. Of course, you have the addition of a magnified jump date for convenience. It is a COSC certified Swiss chronometer, and you can enjoy that chronometer movement on the case back. UN caliber 26. So you want to note that this is an extensively reworked ETA 2892A2, essentially finished by Ulysse Nardin and complemented with their own in-house manufactured and finished power reserve module. So you're getting a lot of original watchmaking, plus you're getting the known toughness and accuracy of an ETA 2892 in chronometer spec. Hacking seconds so you can synchronize to a reference time, 40 to 42 hour power reserve, smooth, non-wobbling bidirectional winding. It does feature a quick set for the date, and again, 200 meter water resistance, so this one's ready to get wet. You can see this visually potent and historically evocative Ulysse Nardin marine diver on our website.